Hey folks, it's Calvin. Today I'll be going over my top 5 tips for faster combat in Dungeons & Dragons and other role-playing games. The topic is clickbait, but it's probably the best way to spread the message. In fact, I plan on posting 2 versions of this video. This long-form version, which you're watching now, and a short for the low attention span folks, just for the reach. So, number 5, read the fucking manual. Do you have any idea how inconsiderate it is to have all the other players at the table wait around on you? Here we have a group of friends who have all agreed to dedicate their precious time and limited opportunities to this hobby. And you're squandering it because you don't know what the fuck you're doing. And let's contextualize this even further. You're trying to figure out the stuff on your character sheet when you were the one that put the shit on there in the first place. And this isn't about expecting players to have every rule in every supplement memorized. No. It's about doing the bare minimum. And just showing up at the table is not enough. Obviously, we cut new players a little bit of slack, but you don't leave the training wheels on forever. Number 4, if it's not your turn, shut the fuck up. This goes for game masters and players, but it goes double for players. Game masters, this is not the time for a lore dump. Players, this is not the time for banter and pop culture references. And for the love of God, don't backseat drive somebody else's character. The turns are not by committee. This isn't a democratic process where everyone votes on what a player's character does on that turn. The combat is supposed to be fast-paced and chaotic and frenetic. There's not time for all the characters to collaborate together and come up with the perfect strategy for every 6-second round. Number 3, no out-of-character questions and hypotheticals. This is mostly for the players, but the GMs are the ones that have to enforce it. You don't get to test drive your turn. You shouldn't be asking if I do this, or could I do that, or what would happen if. If you want information about the scenario, you obtain it through your character, through their senses, through their actions. If you want to know, is the door locked, you have to go up to the door and turn the handle. All these hypotheticals create confusion. What did or didn't happen? If you go through this elaborate explanation of what it is you're trying to do on your turn, only to realize that it's not going to work, so you decide against it, all the other people at your table now have to retcon what the scene that they just imagined. And this is why you see many game masters reiterating what just happened every single round to their tables. Which brings us to number 2. Don't re-narrate turns. As a GM, you've probably been conditioned to feel like it's your job to weave a narrative and entertain your players. Let go. Let go of that impulse. You don't need to micromanage every description. You don't need to micromanage every detail. And don't try to embellish your players' descriptions because you think that the way that you imagined it sounds cooler. The players are perfectly capable of describing their own actions. And if they want their action to sound cool, they will need to put in the effort, and you will need to give them the space to practice, to flex their creative muscles. Re-narrating descriptions isn't just a waste of time, it also conditions your players to be passive, and it disrupts their immersion by changing details of their mindscapes. And finally, number 1, role play. It's called a role-playing game for a reason. Get into your character's headspace. Speak in the first person and act based on your character's knowledge and goals. Understanding your character is going to help you to make decisions in the situation that your character is in. Role-playing also means no metagaming. Your character doesn't have perfect information. They're not looking at a gridded battle map. So unless your character has real-time satellite imaging and laser range finding, they shouldn't be. Let me put it to you this way. Imagine you're holding a hand grenade and you know that the injury radius on this hand grenade is 15 meters. Would you throw it 16 meters away from your ally? Probably not. So why would a wizard launch a fireball exactly 25 meters away from his ally? Anyways, that's all for now. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Till next time.